Hi guys, so tonight I'm going to talk about topic on train in Brunei or railway, and especially on the wrong perception of railway in Brunei. Why I say wrong perception? Because this group of people saying having railway in Brunei is not economical. We're going to lose money if we have railway in Brunei. Because they think of people buying ticket to go to the somewhere using the train. This is not the way. In Brunei, it is people buying ticket to go to say from one place to other using railway is not going to work. For Brunei to make economical, railway company has to sell ticket yearly ticket, not too expensive, not too cheap. So I suggest $500 per year per person, unlimited travel, meaning if he's a commuter, he travels every day to work, and each day the fare is $1.30 only. Cheap, isn't it? $1.30 to and fro. I remember buying tickets to go from KB to the other side of the country, Brunei Muara district. The ticket cost me $2. $2. That is one way only, so two-way will be $4. So the train ticket in Brunei, $1.50 to and fro, is cheap, but they must agree to pay $500 a year in order to buy the cheap ticket. So at $500 per year, I think many Bruneian can afford to pay, even if he a new worker or just working, he can borrow money, and then maybe every month he pay $50. And then if in 10 months it's $500 already. So maybe his salary, say $700. So what is $50 to pay monthly? So I believe it's affordable. That $500 per year is affordable. It's not too expensive. even parents, I believe, can pay $500. If he has 4 children, he can pay for the 4 children. Or the children can use train, go to school. If one of the children, say, studying in the other side of the district, or say Bandaras, in Bandara Sibugawan, say, the parent no need to send their son or daughter, or the son or daughter can use the train to travel to his or her school in Bandar Sibugawan. So that worth paying $500 a year. So guy, $500 a year, that is for economy class. So how much the train company will get? So it's 500. Brunei population is 450,000. Say 400 people by the economy class, and that 400 people times $500 is 200 million already. 200 million per year. So it is not paying tickets as you enter. You will not work. Even neighboring countries struggling with that, because in the country people pay at the counter for a ticket, then go, and they are only going to a place maybe once a year or maybe once a month. It's not every day. You want to visit his parents, say, once a month, or it will not work. And of course, the train company is not making money out of that kind of arrangement. So Brunei had to do different. So 200 million a year, that is the people who buying the economy class, but you can assume 10,000 people buying first class for ticket 1 or 1,500. So say 10,000 people buying first class ticket. Okay, I have, so that's all give 15 million. That 15 million guys plus 200 million. So where else that we get the money from? It's going back to the coffer or government. Amount of 200 million. The company don't see the money, but the government get back the money going to the coffer of government. And I estimate about 200 million due to people don't use as much car as when there was no train. So when people pay $500 per year already, sure that they want to use the train, because if they don't use the train, they don't get benefit of paying 500 a year. Even going to Miri, for example, so the train has to stop at Sungai Traban, that is the limit, and the other limit is Muara Town. So from Sungai Traban, there will be a bus taking people who wants to go to Miri. Maybe the price is decided by the train company, so maybe it's open to the people who wants to do business, sending passengers to go to Miri from Sungai Traban. So $2 to and fro, okay. So $2 to and fro per person, and then he need to use, of course, a big bus, 40 passengers. So one trip, if it's full, he got $80. That is going and back, $80. That's one trip. So I assume he can make 3 trips. So 80 times 3, how much is it? 200. About 200 a day he could get. So 200 a day. So one month, how much is it? 200 times 30. How much is it? 6,000. 6,000 a month. That's good enough. It will be electric bus, and he can charge it using the charger provided by the train company. Is free. You don't have to pay for charging. And of course, maybe some want to invest on this bus service, they welcome something like that. So because people in Brunei like to go to Miri, so we provide the service. We cannot stop people going to Miri. We don't encourage, but we provide the service. And I'm sure many will use the train. So say people from Brunei, Muara district, they will use the train to go to Miri, and they don't have to take their cars. They will use train to go to Miri, because convenient of the bus, sending them to popular spot in Miri. For example, they shopping center in Miri, Bintang Plaza, and then there are also other supermarket in Miri where it can be arranged. So guy, the idea is to encourage people using train instead of their cars. As I said, if people don't use cars, then they will buy less fuel, and when they buy less fuel, then the subsidy, which is about 300 million a year, the government subsidize the fuel a year. So if that can be reduced by 100 million, so that become $200 million goes to government. That money, the train company will not see it, but the government will get the benefit. 200 million. So what we can do to improve the gain? So one of the things that train company can do is to install solar power. Or they can install solar power on the side of the bridge, because this train will be traveling on a bridge or viaduct all the way from Sungai Teraban to Muara Town on a bridge. So why a bridge? A bridge will not disturb the traffic below, so will not be subjected to traffic jam or cause traffic jam to car users. So it's convenient, and also we can use the highway corridor. We can use highway corridor by building bridges, bridge either on the side of the highway or right in the middle where there's a gap between the roads. So in that gap we can install the bridge or on the side. Also, okay, so we leave it to the people who design the way. And then when we have this solar power, because the train will be using electrical energy to run the motor, and solar power provide the energy. It's not direct to the train, but it will be sent to the grid and distributed to building and houses. So it's already estimated that the megawatt hour we'll get from solar will be more than the kilowatt hour used by the train, the 6th train, and so we generate more power than the train is consuming, so there is an excess of power. Maybe government can compensate that in money term. It's about 20 million, guy. 20 million from installing 100,000 of solar panels on the side of the bridge. It can be done. It can be done. So we have to think and improve our perception on what the trend, what the railway in Brunei is. Not to be narrow-minded, to think of people buying tickets at the counter. Of course, it doesn't work this way. That's why if people think that way, sure they will say it's not viable. The train company will get bankrupt, and it's bad investment. No, guy. I think the real reason is for the survival of Brunei. And the future will depend more on tourists to come to the country. So with the train service, the tourists will come. There is a case already in the train in Laos. They built a train 300 kilometers that reached China. And what happened? Chinese tourists come to Laos, and they had tourist boom in Laos. Maybe 30 million of them come that year. Brunei target is only 1.5 million tourists come to Brunei, but will only be realized, I believe, if we have train in Brunei. Without train, no way we achieve that 1.5 million, because without train, Brunei is look backward, because train is now the symbol of what we call advancement in the country. Just look at China. Once they build the train, the economy of China grew up. Look at Japan. In 1960, they already have bullet train, because the reason for train is to take the workers to the workplace, and that is vital important to have the workers to work in industry. Just imagine the young people in Kuala Lumpur, if they want to work in Muara, because Muara wants labor. The moment any 2,000 people to work in the refinery, just imagine people in Kuala Lumpur, they want to work in Mora, but no cars. They say no cars. Even the bus, cannot rely on bus. also subjected to traffic jam. And traffic jam, so will not take workers in time. So the only efficient way of transport is the train that run on bridge and not subjected to any interaction by the traffic. It just goes straight, and then we're more or less sure at what time we will arrive on the other side, and we can time when we start. For example, maybe if they start work 7 o'clock, say 5:30, we start from Sungai Seraban, and sure, you can almost be sure that we will arrive before 7. But with bus, there's no guarantee, guy. Traffic jam, things like that. And also, it's less tiring for workers. They travel in train. Using train is comfortable, and when they come back from work, they can rest in the train, because train runs smoothly, and you feel comfortable traveling in a train. I don't know how many of you been using train. For me, I've been using train when I was a student every day, so I know what is the goodness of train. Okay, guy. So I was talking about the misconception of train in Brunei. So I hope we learn that train is good for Brunei, and it is economically viable. Train in Brunei would cost 4 million, like 4 billion. And then when we add up what we gain, whether it's visible or invisible, in 10 or 8 years, the money is back. That's good enough, because the loan, some people giving loan to build train, 40 years loan, guy. 40 years loan for Brunei. 8 years can pay back, so no need for that 40 years loan. So I believe Brunei government can fund the project with no difficulty, 4 billion. And Brunei is funding a big project in Pulau Muara Besar, 13 billion to Henny Company to expand the refinery, and also to expand the solar power generation in Pulau Muara Besar. So what is 4 billion? So Brunei can do it, guy. Brunei can do it. What you need is seeing the benefit rationally. So Brunei can do it, and of course